So, in my last series of videos, I talked about the key aspects of a spiritual awakening. And one of the last points that I discussed was seeking the truth, which was a desire. I had to look, which is a desire to wanting to know more, learn more, in order to align with your soul's purpose. And all of our souls do have a purpose, and it'll be up to you to find that out what it is. So, with me going through those steps, um, like I said before, it was just me starting to question certain things and why certain things were the way they are the way they are. And what I've learned is that like you can't judge people. That also falls in line with you loving yourself unconditionally, because any judgment you're putting out there on somebody else, it actually comes from you placing judgment on yourself. So you have to learn not to judge yourself and accept other people for who they are. And I mean, because you don't ever know what's going on with people or what the background is or why they do what they do. But I just try to make it a habit of not judging people. But anyway, in saying that, what I've been questioning and learning are how thoughts, let me see, how the external, how I want to say this, how we've been influenced, how our perception and thoughts have been influenced by external factors like religion and politics. Okay, and oh my gosh, y'all, I can't talk. A perfect example of this for me would be, and this would be a religious thing that I was taught, was how witches are evil. I think everybody pretty much was taught that because we see those in the Disney movies and stuff. Any type of cartoon, witches are always evil and ugly, right? And scary. Okay, then you got your tarot card readers. I was taught that was evil. You don't do that. Psychic mediums, any kind of thing that deals in the, I'm gonna say the, what you would call like astrology is evil. Anything that has something to do that what they would call witchery, or it's just not normal to do. So let me give you an example. I was on TikTok, right? And I ain't gonna say it, well, the video found me. And and through my whole process, guys, I haven't looked for anything. Things of will come to me at the time that I need to know it, or spirit felt like it was something that would help me, or so that's just how this went. So I'm on TikTok, and this video came up with this young black girl. She was a real cute girl, and she had the little trending music playing, and so I think the caption said something like, "When people try to lower my vibration or steal my energy, but they don't know what my tattoo means." She shows her tattoo. And so I'm looking like, what's this? I looked at it 2 or 3 times, but I looked at the hashtags, and one of them was like witches of TikTok. So I'm like, oh, they got a witches of TikTok. So I go searching. So I did actually look in, and it's a whole little community for witches of TikTok, and which I thought was good because they have their own community. You know, I like seeing anybody that has a community supporting, because you do need that. You need support, and to know you're not the only one out there feeling you can discuss things with people or share whatever. And I didn't find anything evil going on over there. I One of them had a live. She was showing, they were all talking to each other, how she had crocheted some hats and stuff. They were nice hats, witches hats. Of course, they look like witches hats and stuff. But I found out that, I mean, we can't look at witches or any of the other stuff that's considered unnatural as evil, because you have evil church people. You got good church people. You got bad church people. You got good regular people. You got bad regular people. So you have good witches. You have bad witches, I suppose. And But just like you have light workers who raise the consciousness of the collective to help, everyone evolve. You have witches who also, it's a dark side of things. And I'm not saying that all of them are dark, but we can't look as dark as evil, because dark has to have a balance too. Everything has to have a balance, good and evil. And a lot of, I would say, witches deal with shadow work, which is also, I would say, they say is spiritually based, because they use, say, crystals and the moon and herbs and stuff to help manifest certain things, not to cast evil spells on people, but to help people who actually need that type of help to get over some type of trauma or some type of depression. Or, and a lot of it is like even looking at voodoo, or that's it's ancestral stuff, what they've been taught, and they use herbs and stuff, and it's not, you know it's just something that was passed on to them. And it's also, what I respect is them being their self, them standing in their truth. And like I said, I can't say what you can do, but I don't view it as evil like that, because you know we can find evil in anything, any type of people or society of people. That's just the way the world is. And not to, you shouldn't label one group because they do certain things that we've been taught to feel uncomfortable about, or that we don't understand fully how it works, or it doesn't make it evil. And like I said, don't judge people on things like that if you can help it. But anyway, like I said, it's just one video where I wanted to talk about something I've learned and was questioning. I actually didn't even know witches were a thing, actually, so I can't even say I was questioning that, but I did question, I do question, like I said, how we have been, how our thoughts have been influenced, and you may not even know it. But we're going to talk about some other things that fall right up under that same category. But I want to know what your thoughts are about that, what I just talked about. What do you think about that? How are your feelings about that? Just let me know.